It began with a question so small, so innocent, that I never imagined it could change everything. But looking back, I realize now that a single choice, one fleeting decision, set off a chain of events I can never undo. What was meant to be just a harmless weekend getaway, a chance to breathe before the wedding, turned into the moment everything started unraveling. I had been with Jason, my fiancé, for 2 years. We met at work. Both ambitious, both driven, both caught up in the hustle of life. Jason was everything I thought I wanted: charming, reliable, successful. He was the kind of man who would move mountains for me, and for a long time I believed that was enough. But somewhere along the way that certainty began to fade. Our relationship, once full of excitement, began to feel predictable, suffocating in its comfort. The spark that had drawn us together seemed to be dimming, and I couldn't ignore the restlessness growing inside me. It was around that same time I reconnected with Alex, my closest male friend from college. Life had pulled us in different directions. He moved to New York for his finance career, I stayed behind, building a steady marketing job, but our bond had never truly disappeared. Then one evening I got a message from him. "Hey, I'm in town this weekend. Want to catch up?" I didn't hesitate. Of course I was free. Alex and I had that kind of friendship where years apart didn't matter. When we met, it felt like no time had passed. We laughed about old memories, reminisced about nights that felt reckless and free. But there was something different this time. I was engaged, and I knew Jason wouldn't understand the kind of connection I shared with Alex. So I lied. "I have to work late," I told Jason. A deadline came up. He didn't question it, he trusted me. But as I boarded the plane to New York, a knot of guilt twisted in my stomach. I wasn't just visiting a friend. I was sneaking away from the life I had promised, from the man who loved me. Alex was waiting at the hotel when I arrived, his smile wide, familiar. We hugged, and the world felt like it had paused just for us. We spent the night exploring the city, eating at our favorite spots, walking through Central Park, laughing harder than I had in months. The chemistry between us was undeniable, yet I told myself it was harmless, just nostalgia. The next day we wandered through boutiques and markets, eventually sitting at a rooftop cafe. The city sprawled beneath us. We laughed, shared drinks, and for a moment I forgot the life waiting for me back home. But as the sun dipped low, Alex's tone shifted. "Do you ever think about us?" he asked, quiet now, almost trembling with sincerity. I laughed nervously. "Us? What do you mean?" "You know," he said, stepping closer. "We've always had something. I've always wondered what might have been if we'd tried." My stomach sank. I was engaged. I was supposed to be devoted to Jason. "Alex, I can't. I'm getting married," I said, my voice trembling. He didn't move back. His hand brushed against mine. "I know, but I can't stop feeling this way. And I think you feel it too." Everything inside me wavered. The stable, loving life I had with Jason felt suddenly distant, while Alex's presence pulled me into a world I hadn't realized I'd been craving. I tried to step away, tried to remind myself what was right. "No, this isn't right," I whispered. When I returned home, my attempts to resume normal life shattered instantly. Jason was sitting in the living room, quiet, rigid, his gaze sharp and cold. "I know," he said softly. "What do you mean?" I asked, panic rising. "I know about New York. I know what you're doing," he said. The words were calm, but they carried the weight of betrayal. "I can't be a part of this." I tried to explain, to plead, to justify it as confusion, as nothing more than a harmless trip, but he wouldn't listen. He left. Just like that, he walked out of my life, leaving me standing in the ruins of my choices. The following days blurred. I called, texted, begged, but Jason didn't respond. I saw him moving on, laughing with friends, and the ache in my chest grew unbearable. I realized, painfully, that I had lost the man who had loved me unconditionally, the man who had trusted me completely. And Alex became a reminder of my selfishness. A fleeting thrill I chased while sacrificing the one person who truly mattered. The life I wanted with him was built on deceit, a foundation destined to crumble. I finally understood the truth I had been too blinded to see. The stability, the trust, the genuine love I had with Jason was irreplaceable. The excitement I sought with Alex wasn't worth the devastation I had caused. The rebellion I had indulged in wasn't freedom, it was destruction. Now I am left with nothing but fragments of a relationship I destroyed and memories of a man I should have never hurt. Alex is gone, just a fleeting shadow of temptation. Jason is gone, leaving a void that no thrill or stolen moment could ever fill. And me? I am left with the bitter, hard lesson that the lure of excitement is never worth losing the love that truly matters.